All right, how do you do the thumb?
I bite it.
You bite it?
I bite and go.
Oh no, you gotta.
You go for it.
No, I have the key. I got the key.
All right. Well, no.
You bite it?
I go.
So you
I
bite it and then open
I bite it and I thumb it. You'll see.
Wait, we're gonna do it together. How do you thumb it?
You find the pocket and go. But at first I bite a hole, then I fucking thumb it.
And then you open it.
And then I open it.
That's fun.
Like a
All right.
savage.
All right.
We have to intro it though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey,
You gotta go. You go.
This is Bucked Up.
This is the Bucked Up Podcast, and you gotta try new things.
That left the mark. That left a lot. That open space, but open a lot of space for him. That was good.
You're a fucking beaver.
Yeah, fuck that. Wait, go get that.
I'm not done. I'm still going.
It was at this moment that he knew.
He bucked up. Welcome. You're listening to Bucked Up with Sam Buck.
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. You have fucked up now. Now you fucked up. 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 Now you have fucked up.
Welcome to Bucked Up, Brian and Ani.
Thank you.
That sounds like a sitcom coming to CBS.
It's a spinoff.
Yeah, we all met. Well, actually, no. Ani's my producer. She was on episode 1. Welcome.
Thank you.
You're sitting in studio today. You've been. You kind of got a.
Upgrade.
Yeah. Not. I was gonna say a raise, but that's not true. And then Brian, we were on a dating show together. That was put together by Ani.
That's right. Don't want to die alone.
Don't want to die alone.
Which
And
Brian-
guess what? We're both dying alone.
I think so.
Brian ended up winning, but did he?
Are you...
Huge if true.
Huge
Huge if true.
Yeah. Have you gotten any dates out of this?
She likes my messages instead of responding to them. I get a lot of likes.
That's the 21st century ghost.
Yeah, it's a ghost. It's
That's
a soft ghost.
A soft ghost.
It's a
That's like a
soft ghost.
Casper.
Yeah, she's soft
A
ghost.
Casper the friendly ghost. Yeah.
Try to sneak some nudes out of it and take my losses, you know. We'll take it out.
That's why it be.
But it is funny though because we became friends because of it, and now we're sharing an Airbnb together.
That's right.
In New York City.
Love that.
Friendship.
Yeah, exactly. You started out thinking the podcast was going to be about love, and it ended up being about friendship.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So really, you did win a friend.
I did.
A new friend.
And Chester, we got a.
Yeah.
Too bad Chester couldn't be here.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Yeah.
He's not dead. But
Chester's a dude.
Chester is a dude.
It's funny though because I think my biggest take at the end. I think when we were getting interviewed in like the last episode, you were asking like
Wait, hold the microphone up to your mouth.
Yeah. You were asking in the last episode like what were your biggest like takeaways from it. And I felt obligated to say something about The Bachelorette, you know?
Yeah.
But I was like, I feel like my biggest like takeaway was like Mike Harrington's like not really an asshole. He's actually a good guy. Like at first episode, I'm like, I don't really fucking like that guy at all. He reminds me of people I don't like. And then in episode 3 comes like, I gotta like him. Then last episode, I'm like, I fucking like that guy.
Of
He's
course,
good shit.
Mike's here. And then you and then you watch him beat the fuck out of an old guy, and you're like,
Now
I love him.
Yeah,
Now I love
him
him.
more.
Now I love him.
He
yeah.
rocked him. He rocked that guy.
him. He left him with a black eye.
And it was in the middle of a fucking river or something. Can I swear on this? I can swear on this,
Yeah,
right?
it's called Bucked Up. You're drinking a 40.
I know. I was one time I was on a podcast and they asked me not to swear halfway through. I'm like, dude, I'm pretty sure I fucking said every swear in the book already. So you're gonna have to figure out like how to edit
You
this
said the
shit.
N-word?
No, not the N-word. Not the N-word. No negativity. That was
No
one of the rules.
negative.
That was one of the rules on that show too.
This is not a clean podcast.
Yeah.
No, but everyone on the show was great, and it ended up not being about Jamie, who was also a guest on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Jamie Lee on this podcast.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We had a
And
good
Brian
time.
and I have known each other a long time.
Probably I mean, known of each other all through like high school. But like
Yeah.
I think you and I became friends and like probably like
College time.
Yeah, like 2013,
Yeah,
12 to
sounds
13.
right.
I think. And then,
You painted a mural in his room.
I did.
Well, just
I did.
hot chick, big titties.
pretty much. It's honestly the sickest thing. If you could cut to a photo of it, boom, right there. There's the photo. I
Yeah.
have a photo. I will
Okay.
send the photo.
We
Thank
don't
you.
have that type of technology.
I'll send
Yes,
hey,
we do.
JPEG. Put a just like
Yes,
a
we do.
JPEG over.
Anna, you didn't get the raise, so I don't think we have the. I don't think we have the technology to do this.
There was a wall probably about the size of like this whole like maybe the like from closet to
Yeah.
like corner. And
Don't give the layouts of their apartment.
we're not in an apartment. This is a fucking studio. What do you mean? From utility
Studio and apartment. Yeah.
utility closet to fucking corner. Yeah. Anyhow, a huge mural was painted in the room. It looks sick. I don't want to describe it. Look at the photo, and it was.
Wait, I
awesome.
don't know what it is.
But I mean,
But-
there's a
And we
background
also
to
have
it.
we also have listeners to this podcast. Not everyone's gonna see
Yeah.
the fucking picture. Let me know what
It can
this
be
shit
described. Do you want to describe it?
Well, we can both describe it. So you
is. Do
had,
it simultaneously
you had
over each
asked
other.
me-
So yeah.
You
And
wanted
yeah,
a
so pretty much
mural
it's just
like there was like a few movies and films that had inspired you. I think,
Movies
through
and films.
college.
Yeah.
And there
Nice.
were certain scenes that you had asked me to sort of stitch together in a mural, and I think it came out sick. It was like one of my favorite things I did. And now
What
it's painted
movies?
over.
It is painted over
Yeah.
now.
You
but-
studied film?
Yeah.
I studied film.
Oh, okay. All right.
What movies?
So it's a random list, but let me give it to you. So that's actually not that random, but Train Spotting was one of them.
You look like a guy who would love Trainspotting.
Thank you. That's to me a huge compliment. You look like a guy made it. That's huge. Huge.
Hey.
Huge if true.
Hey, Brian's
Yeah.
mom, you hear that?
So
Mrs. Daly.
Train Spotting was one. It was the scene. I don't have to describe each scene, but it was the scene at the end where he's walking across the bridge with the money. That big wide shot of him.
Yeah.
That I just love that shot. It's so cool. And then Jaws was one of them. I just love
Shawshank.
Jaws. Shawshank Redemption was one. Alpha Dog was one. Underrated movie. Alpha Dog. I don't know if you've
The
seen
animated one about the puppies who
No.
are police officers?
No.
Oh.
It's Emil Hirsch. Anton,
like it actually was.
imagine
I think that was a TV show on Nick Jr. though.
possibly.
All right, Alpha Dogs.
Alpha Dog is an underrated movie. It's Emil Hirsch. Justin Timberlake is
Yeah.
in it, which was
It's a
why
skateboarding movie, is it? No, it's not.
No.
What am I thinking of?
He is Lords of Dogtown.
That's what I'm
You're thinking
thinking
of
of.
Lords of Dogtown. Alpha Dog is based
Not
on a true story about this kid who was kidnapped and murdered, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's a great movie. I
It's
love the
fucked up.
editing,
It's
and they
really
do
good.
this really cool shit with they cut frames. It's just a great movie.
Mm.
Alpha Dog is one of the most underrated movies of all time. And the reason why it didn't do so good is because Justin Timberlake was in it, and they advertised the fuck out of that. And I feel like people are like, Justin Timberlake's in it. Like, I'm good. But
Yeah.
it's
He's a
great.
good actor, though.
He is.
You ever see that movie In Time, where there's no such thing as money anymore? So all they have is like time, and rich people live hundreds of years. I will cut your throat. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And then
Shame.
like poor people only have like 30 minutes left, so they have to keep doing
Oh,
things
shit.
to get more time.
Oh, shit.
And it's
Jesus.
like a thriller, and Justin Timberlake's in it.
Sounds like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
Brave Little Toaster was on that mural
That's right. Brave Little
Hey
Toaster.
Arnold.
Hey Arnold was one.
with the potato alarm clock.
That was an afterthought.
That was
too.
an afterthought of, yeah.
And it was off to the side, so like there was the big mural, and then if you familiar with Hey Arnold?
Yeah. Yes. I am.
Okay, so you know his alarm clock with the potato.
Yeah.
She painted that like where an alarm clock would be.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
pretty
like on
dope.
top of like a painted, like where a table would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was sick. It was awesome.
You love
Yeah.
films?
yeah.
I studied film. I don't really like movies anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie? I mean, I know it's tough. You could get back to me like 2 weeks if you want.
Yeah. Answer my question about how you liked film.
Yeah.
Well, let me think. What is like my favorite movie? I really like Punch Drunk Love. I think that's probably my favorite movie.
All right. Wow. That was a fucking hot take.
You've ever seen that?
I've seen it. It's up there for me. It is up there. It's up there, but it's probably in the top like 40.
Top 40. Yeah.
Like I could probably make a top 100 favorite movies.
Oh,
for me.
really?
I could probably do it.
Do you watch movies more than once?
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
like doing that.
I've seen
shit.
The Departed probably 20 times.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can recite The Town.
Yeah.
Like-
me too.
That's
Dude.
so. You guys are both from Watertown.
Uh huh.
And that's the two most Watertown things you could ever say. Dude, I saw The Departed like 20 times. I can recite the town.
If you go to my Instagram, the last like couple of weeks, me and my roommate, who's also from Watertown in North Hollywood.
He was in my ear.
Yeah,
Third is like, we just came from my buddy's fucking funeral. He OD'd. That's number 3.
I've been watching the Departed with this kid. Well, we first were watching The Town like on repeat, like every night.
Can I have a mango White Claw?
You don't want a lemon one? He doesn't like lemon ones.
I don't like lemon White Claws. No.
That's. I mean, there are. I like them all. Like I'll take them all, but there are like a few that are on the lower half for me. Lemon is on the lower half. Lime is on the lower half, and grapefruit is on the lower half.
I like lime.
I'm a big lime guy.
Really?
No, it's just like in general. Like I don't really. I like lime. A hint of lime on chips.
Yes.
But
My
no,
favorite.
like tortilla
Yeah.
chip.
My favorite.
They're good. They're good.
What is
Okay.
happening to my podcast?
We're talking
talking
about
about
I don't know.
live tortilla chips.
Self-help podcast.
Yeah,
Real
well,
good.
yeah. We're getting all. This is a. We usually record like midday, which it means that like we're good. But this is a late night episode. So we're getting bucked up.
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, we're having a good time
On a Tuesday.
on a Tuesday. The club going up on a Tuesday.
Does not feel like a Tuesday.
No, it doesn't.
Every day is a weekend when you're laid off.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, I don't really like movies anymore. After studying them, I was like,
Interesting.
I had a teacher who sucked. Like the head of the one of the heads of the department, not the head of the department.
That'll do it though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, I don't really like this anymore. But you stuck with it. But you don't do like film shit. You do skateboard shit.
Yeah. Well, I've done like I've done film stuff. Like I've done short films. I've done pilots for series. It's a lot of work that goes into it, and I've just always done skateboarding, like skate films, because it's like it takes a certain amount of it takes a skill that like not anybody could do, because you got to be able to ride a skateboard confidently. But not only that, but you have to be low and you got to be like right there. So like if you were skating, you're going like hauling ass, let's say, and I'd have to be like literally right there on you. So like it's something that I'm able to kind of film that like not most people are able to get done, and I can kind of edit it in a cool way. So like I just leaned into skating because for me it's easy, but for someone who doesn't know how to film skating, it looks crazy.
Were you skating or snowboarding first?
Skating. I started snowboarding. I skied when I was young. Like my parents had me on skis when I was like probably like 3 or 4 years old. I don't even remember. And then we'd go skiing like once a year. So it was nothing. Like when you're that young, if you go skiing once a year, like you're pretty much relearning every time you go in a way. So that, I mean, for me at least. And then I started snowboarding in 10th grade. That's when I first got on a snowboard. And I didn't take lessons. I kind of just like went for it. I borrowed my buddy Brian Gallagher's snowboard and went to Cranmore Mountain and kind of just went for it. And it was sick and I loved it. And but yeah, I snowboard. Not as much. I skate. I'm more into skating for sure than snowboarding.
I can't. So I ski, but I can't skate for shit. So I don't know anything.
We'll change
about
that.
skate. No, I get. I'm not good at that. But tell me if I'm wrong. But I feel like there's always one like videographer in every like skate or snowboard group.
Absolutely.
You know, there's always one dude, and he's like, that's him. It's I don't know why, but like I never was in those circles, but there was always one dude with the camera.
Yep. That was me.
That was you?
Oh yeah. I've had a camera in my hand. Probably the first camera I had, I found downstairs in my parents' basement, and it was like straight to VHS. Like it literally was like filming on VHSs. And I was so young, and like, you know, you don't have money when you're that young. And like I was just filming like little skits and like, you know, scootering, biking. Like we started with BMX bikes, just going off like little dirt jumps in like the back. In like the backyard, there's like a field back there where you build jumps. And I would literally be taking this VHS camera, and it had one tape that you could film over. So a 60-minute tape. And every time we'd film, like we didn't know how to edit. So we just like film it, watch the footage, and then rewind it and then tape over it. And eventually that tape got ruined because that's what happens. So I started filming over like my parents' cassettes. So I'm taking like Goodwill Hunting on VHS, rewinding and just filming like bullshit with my friends over it. Like I swear, like if you took
It just says like wedding tape on it. Yeah.
Brian's first step.
I know, right? Well, it got to that point. Like
Oh
I didn't.
God.
I it's funny because like I thought it'd be more fucked up to film over like actual like films that my parents bought on VHS, than film over like old family parties, which is so the opposite.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Because you can get another movie. You
Yeah.
can't be like, all right, dig grandma up. We got to refilm this.
It was like my sorry Uncle Joey, but it was my Uncle Joey's like engagement party. I remember that was the
no.
first one I filmed over. I'm like looking at it. I remember I was like young and like it's funny that I was
You're like, this marriage isn't going to work out anyway.
no, it was just like I was looking at him like he probably saw this already. Like and my buddy just sitting there like, can we film over it? Because we had like an idea to go film like this skit, and like you're so young, you're like, yes, we have to do it right now.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Like I don't think he needs it. And I filmed over my Uncle Joey's engagement party.
When I used to like, I had like one of those cameras and I'd film like little skits and something. And I also was a baseball player.
Oh yeah.
So I had this like, it was called Baseball Buddy. And you set them up when you practiced pitching. So you like knew how not to hit the batter.
Interesting.
You know what it was like a big blow up guy. It kind of looked like a sex doll, but dressed up as like a baseball player. But his head was detachable. It was like, so if you hit his head, it would just blow the fuck off.
So it was a batter.
Yeah, it was a batter.
Gotcha.
And so you would pitch. So I remember I forgot about this completely. I remember we used to film these little videos of like him, like we'd put this blow up guy in bed and then we'd try to do horror movies where like we sneak in and like rip his head off and shit.
Psychopath.
Yeah, so
That's a good prop.
maybe
With the
I
Chris Benoit t-shirt on.
film is not what I should have been getting into. My teacher was right.
That's funny.
amazing.
That's relatable though, because like we would
Yeah.
use shit that we would just like have from back in the
Were
day.
you a skater kid?
like
Like the Avril Lavigne song?
no, I
Were
didn't,
you a skater boy?
I didn't have the piercings right here. No, I played sports in high school. Like I played hockey. I played hockey for a while. I think that was the last sport I quit. Like it's hard for me to like remember the ones I kept with. I think
Yeah.
it was like I quit baseball first because I sucked at it. And then soccer, I quit second. And then hockey was the last one that I quit. And then once I stopped playing hockey, that's when I started becoming friends with like the skate guys from Watertown High. I didn't start skating until probably 9th grade is when I started like actually trying to skate. Like we always like had skateboards and shit, but we didn't like try to actually like get better at skating until probably I was a freshman or maybe even a sophomore in high school. And then we would go to the skate park every single morning. We would go there at 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays. We'd bike there. It was probably like 5-6 miles from the house. And we'd get there early because we all sucked so bad. And we just didn't want to be like learning around like kids that were better than us.
Yeah.
So we'd go there. Literally, we'd get there at 7 o'clock in the morning and try to like, drop in. And like it works, because you can't learn in a place. Like that's what sucks about like people that are like, people that are older than the age of like 10 that are trying to learn how to skate. If you go to a skate park now, it's like one of the most intimidating places in the world if you don't know how to skate. It's super vibey, like very vibey. And
Yeah.
like it's hard to like get in the flow. So like you kind of have to go there when nobody's there. And
You have to be willing to like fall in the beginning, and that's what I hate.
yeah.
I'm not good at that. I don't want to fall.
that's a huge thing. Like you have to know how. I think we were talking about this before.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to. I have fallen so many times on a skateboard, and like I see like my buddy Justice, who I go skating with today. He knows how to fall. Like he does stunts professionally, like for films, and he just knows how to fall. So like I'm filming him today doing crazy shit, and like he's bailing and like sliding on his ass and like getting up like fine. I'm like watching. I'm like holy shit. And then I'm trying something on some crusty like brick spot in like Queens, and I'm looking at the footage and like my legs are flailing, like I'm literally falling to the ground. I'm like, why can't I fall? Like how does he fall so good?
That's why I quit baseball, as I hated sliding.
Oh really?
Yeah, I did not like sliding.
Wait, so hold on. You played baseball? Were you the pitcher?
I was the pitcher, but when you're like younger, you do pitching. Not younger, but like you pitch and bat. I also played first base a little bit.
They threw me right in fucking left field.
Oh,
They didn't give me Adderall yet, so I was just sitting there. It's like, can we go to fucking Papagino's yet?
you're like, oh, I hear an ice cream truck.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I had the worst ADD. I was so bad at baseball when I was a kid. But then when they gave me Adderall, I joined a summer league team, and now I'm in a softball team now. And like as an
Are you?
adult, I'm like decent. I'm like, I'm not
Oh,
good.
you're a lesbian.
As a kid though,
I had to give that to you. I'm sorry.
not too distracted to play baseball. And that's another thing. Like those going back to those tapes from back in the day. If you run those tapes back, there's a few of me like in the outfield. My mom just like zooming in, like, all right, Bri, like, good job. And I'm sitting there just like, Like there's one shot of the glove on my head, and I'm just like looking around, like, dude, I had no business being in that shit.
What type of high school kid were you?
I don't know.
Fucking loser.
IDS kid?
No, I was
What's
not.
IDS?
Interdepartmental studies.
What's that?
Like,
Is that like the?
I low key, the kind of like emo kids.
It was
that,
the
like,
hipsters.
friends.
It was the early hipsters.
It was the early hipsters.
the
yeah.
sports kids.
The people who listen to bands like
People
Say I
listen to
Will Not Be
bands,
Forgotten
period.
or
like
whatever.
the Decemberists and
the
Shins
December.
and shit.
Oh, I was thinking, the like screamo bands that
They-
have the worst names ever. They're like
yeah, like the Pink Zippers and like shit
no,
like
they're
that.
like fucking Bleed for My Forgotten Love or something. Like all those
Yeah, like Cut
that
My
would always
Wrists
play
and
at the
shit.
Palladium in Worcester. That
Wow.
was,
Yeah, those kinds of kids were in IDS.
Put it this way: there's a kid that was in IDS, and at age 15, I remember because he had a beard. He was a scumbag. I'm not gonna say his name because I still know him. At age 16,
No,
why?
I'm scared.
Oh, don't say. He got a Slipknot tattoo, like all up his entire form at 16 or
shit.
15.
well, he just sounds like a cool guy.
No, he was an IDS kid, and I saw that too. I'm like, are you shitting me?
So that's what you were.
No.
Let's see the Slipknot tattoo.
Yeah, it's her. That's
It's
why
on
she
my
said
ass.
no.
I don't know. I was into art like a lot. And I played volleyball. And I took like 3 languages. Like I don't know what that
Did you?
makes me. Yeah.
What languages did you take?
I took Armenian because I could, because Watertown was like hugely populated by Armenians. I
You're
know that.
Armenian.
I am Armenian.
Don't you
was-
love when someone points at you and says your race? Isn't that great?
I was waiting for you to put that together because there's something else that I know.
Exactly. That was the only reason I did that. I'm not that much of an asshole. I just told her earlier that there was a story I remembered about the Armenian Genocide, and I wanted to tell it on the podcast with you guys.
I was Armenian club president for 2 years. If that gives you an idea of like who
You were the only person in the club.
No.
No, I
A lot of
wasn't.
Armenians
I
in
was in
Watertown.
charge of a lot of bitches.
I was honestly like I was truly impressed when you just told me that because
Thank you.
there's a lot of it was like so when you think of Watertown, like you assume it's all white people, but it actually was like
It's
a
not.
lot. Like I don't know what the percentage would be, but it was a lot of there was a huge Armenian population.
Yeah.
There still is. Like I got something printed in North Hollywood the other day, just like little like cards with this big, and I saw the guy had like an Armenian flag, and I'm like, "Are you Armenian?" He's like, "Yep." And I'm like, "Oh, like."
He's like, who's asking? It's a tough. That's a tough.
well, LA, there's a
Yeah.
giant population in LA
Yeah.
of Armenian people. And I asked the guy, I was just like, oh, yeah, like I went to high school with like a bunch of Armenian people. He's like, oh, where'd you go to high school? I'm like, Watertown, Mass. He's like, I used to live in Watertown, Mass.
Wow.
Really?
And I'm like, wow, it's pretty random.
Yeah.
Pretty
That is
random.
pretty
That's
random.
not random for like Armenians though, because like the biggest populations of Armenians, like outside the diaspora, are like LA,
Yep.
pretty much, and Watertown.
Because he didn't seem excited, but I was like, the guy was like, what? Like, you lived in Watertown? Like, no way. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, we're in North
He's
Hollywood.
like, I just told you
Yeah.
I'm Armenian.
Yeah, he, just, like, he wasn't even looking at
He's
me.
like,
Like, yep.
where else do you think I was from?
Yeah. He's like, yes, no, there's Watertown. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what street? He's like, I lived off Belmont Street. I'm like, me too. He's like, oh, very good. And I'm like, bro, I hate when I'm excited.
We
and
probably
the other
went to the
person
same
isn't.
donkeys, dude.
Probably.
Yeah.
I know when I lived in Watertown, I went to Linda's. Only real ones went to
Oh.
Linda's. Shout out
Only
Linda's.
Shout
real.
out to Linda's.
Hey, Linda's, run my checkup.
Linda's is sick. Do you know what I'm talking about when I
Yeah.
say Linda's?
Yeah.
Linda's is like an OG breakfast, like
Yeah.
coffee. Kind like,
So you were the president.
Of the Armenian
You were
club for 2 years. Yes. I was. Yeah. That was in.
Was
a lot
there a
of clubs.
Turkish club too?
There was not.
So
They
this.
knew.
Oh.
They knew not to fucks with it. But there were like some students that were Turkish descent that openly, in front of me and other Armenian peers, like denied the genocide happening at all. Like for real. Like in our high school.
So
That's brutal.
Yeah.
I
it's
was
weird.
at a show. This is the story. I was at a show in Connecticut 2 weeks ago, and 2 of the comedians on the show got kicked off the show while they were on stage
Really?
because there was a misunderstanding with the bartender, and she was kind of drunk. So she Lloyd there was like this big misunderstanding, and one of the comedians had to leave during another comedian's set. So the bartender thought that the comedian was upset at the other comedian, so she kicked that comedian out And then the next comedian got up and started making fun of the situation, and she kicked him out.
Interesting.
So
Jesus.
2 comics, I've never seen this, get kicked out of the show.
Wow.
Like, they were the first 2 comics on the show.
What was it like abrupt? Like somebody went on stage and escorted them, or what was
No,
the deal?
she came up and was like, "Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! You're never welcome back."
It was like that.
Yeah,
Wow.
intense screaming. These are the first 2 comedians on the show.
Holy
So
shit.
first one kicked out, second one kicked out. So this is a show, but a guy comes.
Wait, you just snitched.
Goodbye. I just walk out. You never see me again. So this guy came and thought it was an open mic. Didn't realize it was a real show, and he was Turkish,
Oh no.
and he had never done stand up before. So now that these 2 comedians got kicked out, the host was like, "Well, you're here. Do you want to like do stand up after him? Like after these?" And this is the first time he's doing stand up. So he has to go after these 2 get kicked out. And he gets up there and he's like, "I'm Turkish. I'm from Turkey." And I got to say that Armenian genocide's not that bad. If you met many Armenians, and he, with no jokes, just goes in like that's what he thought, that's what his set was. And then he goes, "I hate that Trump's fat. I don't want a fat man president, but I definitely don't want a fat woman president."
Oh, man.
And then he's like, "I hate fat women." And as what he did about Armenians, he goes in about fat women. And it was just like, this is the worst way to then go on the show.
Wow.
And then I have to
You
follow.
were after that?
I have to follow that
Oh.
guy.
Damn.
And I'm like, I don't even. I was like, I feel like I'm on Last Comic Standing. Like, I just hope I don't get eliminated. Like, but it was a real bad show. But yeah, this guy was. He was like, the Turkish genocide. I mean, the Armenian genocide. Not that bad.
Was
Oh
he
my
getting
God.
courtesy laughs? Because I feel like
No, because this was a dive bar and it was the same night as the last game of the World Series. So no one wanted to listen to comedy.
Jesus.
Ouch.
That shit was real bad.
That hurts. Ouch.
That's brutal. So how'd you do? Did you get?
I did like 12 minutes and it was like not great, but I did the best I could. I came up in dive bars, like doing comedy. I came up in like dive bars where people didn't want to hear your comedy. So like I kind of thrive in those situations.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you were talking about that guy who's good at falling and he's a
Yep.
stunt guy, and because he's like learned that, and those muscles of like learning how to fall properly have probably like been ingrained in him
Right.
over a long period of time. That's how I am with like shit rooms. Like I came up in like dive bars, so I'm good at like, you guys aren't paying attention to me, I don't care, and I'll still get
Right.
your
Yeah.
attention. Like I used to go into dive bars when I was 21 in front of like 50-year-old people who did not want to hear me, and I would just take my shirt off just to get them to look at me, like, and
That's
try
sick.
and have to do my set like with my shirt off, like in this shit dive bar.
Yeah,
where
because you don't
people-
put the shirt back on.
you
Once
can't,
it's
you
off-
know, you
Can't.
can't. Yeah, you can't really.
You did it. Did you say you did stand up at the Model in Alston before?
Yeah, I did.
That's
The
sick.
Model Cafe.
Same.
You did too at the Model. Wow.
Yeah, there was a mic there, hosted by
A few people.
a few people.
It's
I've
yeah.
been
changed
kicked
over
out of that
time.
bar so many times.
Really?
Oh yeah, somebody dared me to light a cigarette in there one time. I was so drunk, and I was like, "Fine, I'll do it if you buy me a beer." And they're like, "All right." And I was like, literally in the heart of that bar, and I go, light went up,
What a hardo.
and then I just felt this, and I was next thing you know, I'm getting thrown to a snowbank by Sully at the Model. Shout out Sully.
Shout out Sally.
I've only been kicked out of one place in my whole life, and it was the House of Blues in Boston.
Mm.
Funny.
I was I was going to see this artist Kurt Vile I like a lot, and I had one of those like weed pens, you know, like not the like the loser ones, and I like hit it in the House of Blues, and they kick me out,
Yeah.
and the guy's like ready to start a fight as he's kicking me out, and I literally am like, you're just doing your job, and I really like shook his hand, and he was so dumbfounded because it's like I'd never been kicked out. I'm just
Yeah.
not a confrontational person.
Yeah.
That was the one and only kick out.
Oh, one and only kick
Good
out.
for you.
Not a good story.
God
not an
bless
exciting-
you though. That's actually impressive. I've been kicked out a ton of bars.
Yeah.
I've been kicked out of most.
Are you a
bars.
fighter?
I don't want to be, but it like back when we were like 21, 22, 23,
But you like train spotting.
love train spotting. Begbie's my favorite character. Let's put it that way. If anyone knows Transponder, good reference.
Good reference.
No,
We get it. You studied film.
Fighting. Like, I mean, I've been in fights like a good amount of times. Like I think 21 to 23. It's all you're hanging out with. So like when I was newly 21, there was kids that we were hanging out with who were just like the biggest chirpers, like the biggest chirpers. Like one of my friends is from Canada, and he's so good at chirping. He's good at wheeling girls, but he's even better at chirping. and like if he wasn't wheeling, then he's gonna get into a fight because he's good at pissing people off. He has a punchable face. And he's a good guy, but he's got a punchable face. And anytime he'd start going, I'd start going, then my other friends would start going.
Yeah,
and
then you're all laughing and having a good time.
Yeah, it's like fun, but then it turns into like fists, and then it's even more fun, honestly. Like unless you get fully beat up, like I've been fully beat up once, like just beat up to the point where I was like beat up, and then that's when I'm like, I'm gonna quit fighting.
When do you get beat up?
It was a fight. It was just like that. So the beat up story was like, I think this was like the year where we were just not like looking for trouble, but like it was just.
When was this?
Probably like when I was like 22 ish. So 2012. Maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm.
When we started becoming friends.
Yeah,
around
I guess so.
that time.
Maybe. That's
Ani kicked the shit out of
She
you.
fought me.
And you're looking up, just dripping blood, and Ani's like this, and she's like,
I'm like, these are
she offers out a hand, and
No.
that's how you guys became friends.
It wasn't even that. It was November in Alston, and I was at a party at somebody's house who used to throw parties all the time. It was just like a party house. And we left at like, let's say 1 a.m., whatever time it was. The party was wrapping up, and it snowed, and nobody knew because we were all like cooped up in the party, and it was dumping out in November. And we were like, whoa, like drunk 22, like however old I was. I'm like, holy shit, it's snowing. Like, that's crazy. I was wearing like a t-shirt. So like I hopped over one of those like little small fences about this tall, like a couple feet tall. And I started throwing snowballs at people that I knew. So I'd make snowballs. I was just like shucking them at people. And I was getting like way too, and people weren't doing anything. It was like my friends like, oh, like fucking Daly. Like, what are you doing? And I started just like whipping them at people. And then I saw this girl who I kind of knew, but not really. Like I like talked to her like twice in my life, and like I was like, oh, I'm gonna get her with a snowball, and I like lobbed it, like it was literally like a softball, like upper lob. Like I wasn't like beaming it, and I hit the guy that she was with, who I didn't know, random dude, hardo guy, like a total. I think he had a tap out shirt on. He did. He had one of those tap out shirts on.
Real trash.
Yeah,
Jersey Shore was in at that time.
He was a scumbag. He probably has affliction shirts at the crib.
Metro Park.
But this dude just walked right up to me, got right in my face, like, you fucking serious? You fucking serious right now? And I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. Like, it was an accident. First of all, I was like, oh, it's an accident now. I'm like, yes, it was always an accident. I was aiming for the girl you were with. He's like, what are you doing? And he started acting like a white knight. And I'm like, I know her. I'm like, it's fine. He's like, all right, well, let's see. And he bends over to like, clearly to like make a snowball, and he was just gonna probably like whip it at my face. So before he could do that, I quickly made one. I just like threw it at the back of his head, and he got in my face. And he was drunk. He had like the lazy eyes, like, you serious right now? So I'm like, yes, I'm serious. And he got up and he said the same thing. And I'm like, yes, I'm fucking serious. Relax. Like, grow up. I think I told him to grow up, and that's what did it. And then I like turned away, and I just got sucker punched.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and like two of his friends jumped in, and I got like, I was getting kicked on the ground. I had like 2 black eyes the next day.
Because of a fucking snowball.
Yeah. And then my friends luckily came in and jumped in, and like one of their friends had a bloody lip, and like another kid was on the ground. It was a bad scene, but I got beat up bad because it was like 3-on-1. Like, no one's gonna win.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm not a fucking trained fighter like Mike Harrington.
Yeah, you don't have a tap out shirt on.
Yeah, so I got sucker punched by a kid with a tap out shirt. His friends jumped me, and I had 2 black eyes, and I acted like a hardo, and I used it to wheel girls the following weekend.
I got sucker punched once.
Yeah?
At a Big Sean concert.
Nice. House Blues?
No, at Lupo's Heartbreak Hotel in Providence. I was standing, and there was this like cholo, real short cholo behind me with his girlfriend. And I guess I was like too tall for them in front of them. And they literally could have just been like, hey, can we like get in front of you? And he just fucking punched me right in the back of the head just because I was too tall. Like literally just because I was too tall.
How do you reach?
And then
Uppercut?
Uppercut. And and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stand in the back of the room.
So what, did you get punched, and then he's just like...
Yeah, he got punched, and I like, it was like hard, and I didn't fall, but like I fell forward, and you're too tall for where you are. And I was
So he
like,
punches you?
yeah, like that's how he got my attention. It's how his dad got his attention.
Oh!
So, heyo!
was
If you're
good.
listening, motherfucker. Yeah, how his mom got his attention. But
Huge if true.
see, I feel like I'm lucky that I didn't get into a lot of shit because I don't like staying out late. Like I was telling Ani, I'm like a 10 in the morning to 10 at night type person. Like those are the hours I'm good. After 10, I'm tired.
He's
Before
active
10, I'm
during
sleeping.
those
Pretty sure I
12
was
hours.
enjoying a White Claw with you at 1:40 a.m. last night.
We were, and I was like, oh, I'm so tired. No, it was a good. Oh shit, this mic's falling. No, it was a good time, but I don't usually.
Yeah.
I have been staying up late, and I don't like it.
But it's true that like after midnight, that's when the crazies come out. Like the guys who are hotheads who didn't get laid, that's when they're like, oh, no chicks want to bang me. Like I'm gonna go fight someone. Pretty much that's like their mentality in their head. Like I'm gonna fight someone because I didn't get laid, and that happens after 12:45.
That should be
Yeah.
season 2 of the dating show. Is just you pair people up and they beat the fuck out of each other after midnight, and then. And if they don't get laid, like if they get laid, they move on to the next round.
Okay.
And if they don't get laid, they have to fight another guy who also didn't get laid. And whoever wins that gets to move to the next round too. And then he goes off against the next guy.
That's relatable.
So do they have to all hit on the same type of girl? Because how do you make it like all even?
Not everyone. Everyone has different types, Ani.
Okay. So it's got to be a challenge. Like, oh, you got to pick that like girl or whatever.
Yes.
If you wheel the bartender and bang her, that gives you immunity for the following episode.
You ever do that?
That's a good
bang
one.
a bartender?
Yeah.
Yeah. Numerous times on numerous occasions, honestly.
What's his name?
his name? Richard. Dick.
That's my dad's name. Did you fuck my dad?
Shout out to the bartender at Kingz. Actually, it was like a few.
No
few
snitching.
times. Oh, I didn't say his name.
You said Richard. Richard at Kingz.
And I'm flexing on that Kingz thing because Kingz is a sloppy place. You've been there.
Yeah.
Like it's not easy to pick
I
up
used
the
to
bartender.
frequent.
Kingz, but it's not like a place where you can really like
You ever hook up in the bar?
Yeah.
in a bar or at that bar.
Come
At
on.
that bar.
I've hooked
Come
up
on,
in that
dude.
bar before.
You've hooked up at that bar too?
How grimy do you
It's
think
greasy.
I am? Yeah.
Oh, that
Is
dance
this like
floor?
a Watertown?
Woo!
Is this in Watertown?
No. It's
Cool.
on Milk Street in Boston.
Oh.
Yeah. Also,
I never
shout
trust
out
a
to
club
Cure
on
Lounge.
Milk Street.
I knew there was gonna be a milk.
Yeah. So this is
gross.
hooked up in. No, it's too.
Whatever, you know.
I've done it in
You
like
have
dressing
times.
rooms.
That's cool.
That's even more like I gotta like. Was it a girlfriend though?
Yeah,
How's it
and like other, but like yeah, like I like in the public's fun,
Yeah.
but not at a greasy bar, not at Kingz.
Yeah,
Live a little, Sam.
but it's good. I would never hook up with my girlfriend at
Hey,
Kingz.
Bucked Up exclusive. We're gonna bring a camera crew to Kingz, and I'm trying to get laid in that bar
It's possible. That's a greasy
with a
grimy
camera
bar.
crew.
It could work. It could work.
yeah. No,
in
chicks
that
dig the
dance
camera.
floor
dude.
area, oh man, there's like
Yeah.
a trap house dance floor there, like one
Yeah.
door in, one door out, and like it's warm. It's like probably 15 degrees warmer in that dance
It's
floor.
disgusting.
Yeah, it's sweaty.
You
like
come
everyone's
out,
leaving
you
there
can't,
sweating.
The shoes that you walk out with, you don't want to walk in your house with those shoes
No.
afterwards. No,
Oh, I
you
thought you were
gotta
gonna
take
say
them
the
off.
shoes you walk out with are not the shoes you walked
That
in with,
too.
and I was like, wait, what type of place is this?
It's a
They
big
just,
sex club.
they just
Big
steal.
foot fetish bar.
They just steal your shoes.
They swap them. Be like, all right, I'll take those pumps, size 11. Okay, thank you. Here are some Converse, and swap them in 10 minutes, and then
I didn't get laid, and I got shitty shoes.
That means you get cut from the show.
The Kingz way.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
This is an honest 40 rack.
40
40
rack.
ounce.
You said some dude just bought that for you?
Shout out to New York's own. This guy just bought me. I gave him a few cigs. So I've been like generously giving out these. I don't even smoke butts. First thing I did when I got here, bought a 12-pack of White
not
Claw.
prison, Brian.
And then, what, the butts?
It's not prison. You don't need to use it as currency. We
No,
have
no.
dollar
But-
bills.
but-
You're like, I'm in New York. I
got
need
him.
it.
I was like East Coast cold, like cigarettes. Like I haven't even smoked. I haven't smoked
Not
a cigarette in
jacket.
months.
East Coast cold. Fuck a jacket.
Cigarettes.
Shorts and a cigarette.
You
That's
think
what I
mis-
need.
You think miserable asshole outside cold like this, smoking a butt? That's what you think of East Coast.
It's
yeah.
worked as currency though. I mean, I gave
currency.
I gave 2 to the guy last
I
night.
didn't get raped in prison. I gave the guy a Marlboro Red.
couple butts.
Couple butts
Butts
to
for
save.
a butt. Butts for a butt.
Couple butts to save my own.
I love having cigarettes on me because you could have fun with these. Like you could, it's a great conversation starter. My buddy, shout out to my buddy Kieran.
Why don't you just have a good personality? You don't need to be like, start a conversation
No,
with
this
me.
is
Please talk to me.
I swear these were so like I mean, all right. Shout out to Frankie and Kieran on this one. They do this thing where like they'll be smoking cigarettes outside of the bar, and then like whenever you're smoking a cigarette outside of a bar, there's always somebody that's gonna try to bum one. It just somebody will try to bum a cigarette.
Yeah.
That person's me.
So what Kieran does, as soon as someone's like, "Oh, can I get a cigarette?" He goes, "Yeah, you got a joke?" And they're like, "What?" He goes,
perfect.
joke for a smoke."
Yes.
It's just to say a joke,
That would work on me.
and it's great. Like I've been there, and then they'll be like, "Okay, okay, I got one," and then I'll say a joke, and then Kieran or whoever will be like, "Nah, I've
You
heard
get
that
half a cigarette.
I've heard that
we're
one.
all burping. This White Claw.
I'm not burping.
one." It's me.
You're done. Get off.
Oh, but I
Irish. Switch out with her.
I can fully shout out the New York guy. He gave me he bought me a 40 for 3 cigarettes, and it was a really cool move. I didn't even ask. He was like, "You got a cigarette?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I was just like in a good mood. I'm like, "How many do you want?" He's like, "What do you mean? How many do I want?" And I'm like, "You want more than one?" He's like, "Sure." And I gave him 3. I just gave him 3. And he's just like, "You want a
Generous.
beer?" And I'm like, "Sure." And he walked into the store that he was in front of, which I was about to go into, by the way. And he came out with a fucking 40.
Really? He probably thought you were under 21.
That's what I'm thinking now. Now that I said it, I think that's what it is.
He's
That's
like,
a
I'm
compliment.
gonna help this teenager out get drunk for the
I love
first
it.
time.
I love it. A lot of people. I'm 31 and I get ID'd for cigarettes and beer, and I hope it lasts till
That happens to me
65.
too.
I get ID'd too, and I was like, I don't look. What 20-year-old looks like me? You know what I mean? Like, you thought I was older than I was.
Yeah. How old are you?
23.
23. Yeah. You. Not because you look older though. You just you're mature.
Oh, thank you.
Because when I was 23, I was a shithead.
Were you?
A little bit. I mean, I just told you I was fucking
Yep.
starting fights.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I thought that was last week.
Yeah, it happened.
I was like, I had to leave LA for a reason.
No, I've only
All
been
these
into
beefs.
one career fist fight in LA. Yeah, in the 4 years I've been in LA, one career fist fight.
Career, like you had sponsors.
Yeah, I have a fist fight. Tap out. That's why I keep plugging tap out.
The guy who trained you is actually the guy who beat the fuck out of you in the beginning. This would make a good movie. He's like, you're about to get knocked down. He's like, think of the snowball. And you just go into a trance and you just knock the fuck out of the guy.
As long as Nate Diaz, who I've seen in passing, plays that guy, I will.
You're not knocking him out.
I could probably fight Nate Diaz and like lose.
You're not naked.
I can lose.
You're
I
not,
can lose.
you're not naking him out.
I could fight Nick
Stupid.
Diaz and also lose. I would definitely lose to Nick Diaz and Nate Diaz.
I like talking my way out of situations.
A lot of hand moves, just like whoa,
Yeah, a lot of hand moves.
whoa,
I
whoa,
try
whoa,
to
whoa.
distract him. I do jazz hands. You can't punch a dude doing jazz hands.
Your minor in dance is showing.
Yeah, so I studied theater in school too, and it's theater and dance. So I do have like a dance degree. Like it says dance on my resume. Like I studied dance.
I remember you said that on the show on the dating show, and I wasn't sure. I think it was when I was like not on, like I was like listening, but my camera was off. And I remember you said that. I was like, is that true?
I can't dance for shit.
Got a TikTok?
No, I can't dance for shit. But so my senior year, like to do my project, I wanted to do stand up, but the only way I'd be able to do stand up for my senior project was to be a part of other theater pieces. So we had this like end of the year like showcase, and it was about depression. And it was called Get Happy. That's what it was called. It was this showcase. So it was like I had to be a part of an interpretive dance about depression. So I'm doing the interpretive dance, and then a girl goes up and does a monologue about her trying to commit suicide. And then I get to go up and do stand-up after that. And that was my senior showcase.
Was it sick?
It was an alright set, but that's not... You don't want to do interpretive dance, then have the audience get real sad, and then you do stand-up. Like, that's not...
I mean, this is the second story that I've heard about you leading into a stand-up routine.
A routine.
Set?
A set.
Set? Is it set? What's the industry word for it? Set or routine?
Set a routine, whatever you... No, because you have a routine, but it's a set.
It's a
that you
set.
do.
So it's a set. So that was the second stand-up set that you followed an awkward thing.
Yes. I've done that a lot.
Yeah,
I've done that a
that's
lot.
not the second
That's
time.
yeah.
So it's common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do stand-up. I want to try stand-up once. Like, I want to go to a place
should.
where stand-up is a thing.
I
in the
feel
real
like
world.
you would be funny, but people would hate you because you're confident.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's why I've been punched.
Yeah, that's what happens to him 24/7.
Everyone
If
in this
people
room
don't
does
know, it's-
stand-up.
Well, I haven't since
You don't do
quarantine,
stand-up.
but
I'm the
Yeah.
no, except for me. Everybody in this room except for me does stand-up.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
fucking sick.
but I've been trying to write jokes.
Very
still.
cool.
But you're a skateboarder and you work for a dope ass company doing. Is that cool? Like when you look back, are you like? I asked this to the last guest, and it sounds like a dumb question, but I honestly want the like sincere answer to it. Like, is it like would your past self be like, "Oh, that's dope. He's skateboarding and working for Red Bull and like fucking
Yeah, dude.
traveling all around." And, like-
Definitely. Definitely. The me that was like working at the skate shop in Waltham, Mass, like not doing much, living at like the parents' house, for sure would be stoked on the guy who now is like flying around, skating in New York, skating in SF, LA, Boston, like all the like the best cities in the US for skating, plus working for like a pioneer in the skate industry. I think Red Bull, like I work for Red Bull, but I'll shit on Red Bull. Like I would gladly shit on Red Bull on this show. But as far as like Red Bull's
If Red Bull listened to this podcast, I'd be happy. No matter what we say
somebody
about
will.
it.
Like some like people at Red Bull will probably be listening to this, and you know, Red Bull does some extremely kooky things. Like they do some wildly kooky things, and that's just, you know, it's a big brand. It's an Austrian brand. A lot of the things they do it doesn't translate to the US as well. So like skate culture in like Austria is much different than the skate culture in LA or like all
What's
in the US.
Austrians' obsession with the color red?
I don't know. Is that a thing?
It was a Hitler joke.
Oh, but like they're like a world, I guess like world renowned company. Is that the word?
Yeah,
for
they
it?
are.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they're in every main country, like Czech Republic. Like they're in every
I like how you're like they're in every
huge.
main country.
Czech
Republic, the least main country in the entire. It's like Djibouti, Sierra Leone, Brazil's a big country. I'm not gonna.
Hot take: Czech
Panama.
Republic, huge on Red Bull. Like they're like one of the biggest countries.
Really?
Is it a country even?
Yeah.
I know it's
Is it?
right.
It's a country.
It's
I've
a
been there,
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
whenever we get our yearly update, Czech Republic. Yeah, they
A lot of checks in that box.
they check the box. We have a big presence there, so that's why that was the first one that came.
Yeah,
To my head.
sorry.
But like when like their idea of like cool and skating is extremely whack on our channel. And our channel, like 90% of the people who follow Red Bull Skate are out of the US, and the US skate culture is just like, you know, it's a vibey thing. Like I said earlier, like it's like one of the most intimidating things going to like a skate park, and like skaters are like the bad dude. Like I'm like I you know, I'm kind of an outspoken guy, so like even when I go to the skate park, like I don't really care. So like I'm all over the place. I'm like kind of snaking people. I don't really give a shit. But like I see people, and like everyone's like who's good at skating is super vibey, and you kind of have to be vibey to be a good skater. So that's where Red Bull falls flat, is the out of the US posting. Like they'll write something and it just won't make sense to like certain skaters. They'll be like, Red Bull doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Oh.
And like one little post like that, like it'll just write it off. You know, it's
you lose
bad.
people.
Yeah, you lose credibility in a big way, and it's beat. It's actually it sucks, but
Yeah.
you hate to see it, but it happens.
I had said this yesterday too. I feel like as long as I've known you, the two things that have been consistent are skateboarding and making videos of things. And yeah, as far as I
That's
know.
cool that you
Yeah.
can consistently do that. Like we were talking about this So this will be released after the PJ episode with Fly Life, but we're talking about like it's cool, like rap and comedy were my two things, and now like I get to use them. It's cool, like having your past self be able to be like, oh, that like you you didn't
I'm
waste
doing
time.
it.
You didn't
Yeah.
waste time. Like look at you, like you sold out your candles.
Yeah, dude, in a day. It was cool.
You sold out.
I sold out.
You're a sellout.
I sold out. I did like 6 different ones. I sold out 4 so far.
Beautiful. Love
Like a
that.
day.
Is that?
Yeah, those are the only ones left.
Let me get one.
All right, cool.
$5.
Thanks, dude.
$5.
Okay.
I'm putting.
You
the
like
price.
forget about it.
Yeah, $5. They look cool.
Thanks for telling me what my product's worth.
It's fucking 35
On
bucks.
this week's podcast, I have a gypsy and an Armenian.
And Chris Benoit.
This is a family-friendly episode.
This is a self-help podcast.
So this is Chris Benoit on this shirt, and he did murder his family, except for Chris Benoit Jr. He didn't murder him.
Lord have mercy.
Is that true?
Yeah.
So you left one kid to just watch the whole experience to be fucked?
No,
with?
he was like out of town.
Oh, really?
He's like, I'm not waiting for this dumb fuck to get home.
I gotta
He
go.
pretty much pulled a Jack Torrance from The Shining. Like it's almost like he followed.
Everyone
Shining was on
loves
that.
Anakin Skywalker, and he murdered a bunch of children.
Hot take. Not a big Anakin guy. Not a big Anakin guy.
It's Irish. Was that a good take? I don't really love Star Wars.
Yeah, he's
God, is
nodding
that a
his head
good
yes.
Star Wars take?
I was more that face was just you happened to yell that right as so one of my neighbors was coming in, and I'm like, oh yeah, everyone in this building definitely doesn't like me.
Or they love you.
That happens to me. So I was on the porch the other day, and I like to smoke a little weed on my porch.
Really?
Breaking rules.
Really?
And I heard the guy above me go, I get what's it called? I can't believe I'm forgetting this. I get racially profiled by the cops, and now I'm getting racially profiled by the neighbors. So I go downstairs, and I see a sign that says like this is a non-smoking apartment. So I haven't done it since. So I was like, oh fuck, like this black dude's getting in trouble for my smoke. So
Oh,
like
shit.
I go to see. It's a white dude.
How do you
like,
know that's what it was though? Oh, it was a
I
white
don't.
guy.
I don't actually know. But the guy who's yelling about being racially profiled was a white dude. so
Oh,
yeah,
hold
I was
on.
like, this guy's yelling about being racially profiled. It's a straight up white dude.
What is he from the Czech Republic?
Back to the Chris Benoit shirt. I don't know. I just went out. This is a bucked up episode. So I didn't know who this was when I bought the shirt. It was a mystery shirt. So I got this. So I was out at a store one day, and this guy comes up to me. He's like, are you really wearing a Chris Benoit shirt? And I was like, oh, is that who it is? And he's like,
Best answer you could have given him though.
and
Just
he's like,
didn't even-
he's like, oh, and he like stormed off. Like, and I texted.
So he was a wrestling fan.
Yeah, exactly. So I texted my friend, like, who's Chris Benoit? And then I Googled it and I saw it and I texted my friend. I was like, I just found out who it was. And yeah, that's the story with this shirt.
Chris Benoit, bro. It's.
Hilarious.
I'm not a wrestling guy.
I was a wrestling guy.
Were you a
Dude,
wrestling
I was
guy?
a wrestling guy when it was like.
I feel like the videographer of every skate group is also a wrestling fan.
I'm not a wrestling guy now. I was a. I went to wrestling event. I went to Royal Rumble, King of the Ring. But I think once like 2003 ish hit, it started becoming like more for kids. So like it was like.
Oh, when they
PG
got rid of the blood and all that shit?
They got rid of like the cigarettes and the beer. Like that's what it was. Like back when like Stone Cold, like The Rock, and like all the sexual shit. Like I remember when I was like super young, I'd watch like Monday Night Raw and like Stone Cold be like smoking Marlboros in the ring, drinking beers.
And now it's Monday night condomed. I don't know.
pretty much. But like I don't watch it anymore. But it used to be like, dude, there'd be like tits and like it was like I shouldn't have been watching it at that age. But it was like cool and it was like on like what was it? Fucking TNN? Was that the station?
TNT?
No, not TNT, TNN. It turned into Spike TV.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It was TNN before Spike TV.
That might have been before your time, young son.
Possibly.
That is, yeah. Yeah, I'm
Possibly.
much younger than you guys.
How old are you?
28,
28.
almost 29, I guess.
I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. With
I know
that.
it doesn't. It doesn't.
I told that to someone the other day, and they looked so disgusted. I was like, I know. I feel it too. Like, I don't want to be this young. You know what I mean? Like, people don't take me seriously.
But they do.
I take you seriously.
Yeah,
Aw, thanks.
I think like a lot of people take you seriously, honestly.
Aw.
Okay,
Self-help
don't be stupid.
I can speak for myself. I mean,
Fucking pussy,
I don't even
people
need to say
believe in
fuck
you.
off. You already know. I treat you like I treat anybody who I'm friends with.
Oh, totally.
That's
And
it.
I don't mean, I'm not trying to make a pity party
Sob
about
story.
this.
Sob story.
Yeah.
I know I'm not.
People
I don't
like
mean you.
Sam.
You know what? I'm starting to
I
have
had
second
a-
thoughts about this guy. No,
All
It's
right.
an only child thing.
I
get
had a
it.
47-year-old woman ask me out, knowing I was 23.
Holla.
huge if true.
Huge. Oh,
I seen receipts.
we have seen.
I seen receipts.
You saw the picture.
Yeah.
Not. It wasn't a
But,
bad picture.
yeah.
She's beautiful,
She's
she's
married.
beautiful. She's a beautiful
she is.
woman.
But she's married.
but she's a beautiful woman.
That's like you know it's not gonna be good.
But was it a sus thing? Because you
Who
mentioned she
knows?
was married, and was it like a sus? Was it a date, or was it just like you seem interesting? Like let's grab a beer or a coffee or whatever it was.
No, she was making pretty sexual.
She wanted to fuck,
She was trying to
Kinky.
fuck Buck.
Fuck, Buck.
and did you do it?
No, I didn't do it. No, she's married.
You did it because she's married. You
I
didn't.
did.
No, you didn't do it because she's married.
Yeah, her husband was my baseball coach growing up.
Fuck
I'm just
off.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm just
man.
kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't do it. I didn't do
but
it.
you might do it.
Nah, no.
Maybe
I don't think so.
it's possible. Possible.
Have you ever hooked up with an older lady?
Actually, well, define hook up because I've like drunkenly made out with like older women, but I've never like banged an older woman. But like
Drunkenly made out with older women.
yeah, like grabbed ass and like just like did it for the boys kind of thing.
Did
It
it
sounds
for the-
douchey, but it's true. That's like
No,
all it was.
I do understand.
Yeah.
You ever grab some old dude's ass and just
Yeah.
For the girls, you
All
ever do
the
it for
time.
girls?
You're giving each other high fives. And you're
Every
going
Sunday
out.
morning at brunch, yes.
Hey, Pastor.
Grabbing peener left and right.
Pastor Peter.
Girls who are roughly 27 to 33 love dudes who are 50. I swear. I was up in Palm Springs last weekend. My
It's only
sister,
funny for one reason.
who's older than me, and her two friends. I actually pretty much like capitalized on a drunken courtesy invite. Somebody was just like, "Oh, it's my birthday in Palm Springs. Like your brother, yeah, you got to come down." I'm like, "I'll come down." And then like 2 nights later, I was just like, "Was that a real invite?" I texted my sister, and she was like, "Yeah, I think so." I'm like, "Well, let me like figure it out." So I DM'd the girl who drunkenly invited me. I'm like, "I'm coming," and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm coming to Palm Springs." She's like, "Okay, sure, definitely." And I'm like, "Sounds like she's not that stoked, but I'm coming." So I went to Palm Springs and I stayed with my sister and her two hot friends. And the cool thing about being like the younger brother is you could hit on the hot friends and you could get a pass even if something weird happens.
Even when you're 31.
Yeah, the younger brother is 31 and still pull the younger brother.
Still
shit.
fucks.
Still the younger brother. But the girls, because it was probably like 15 of them. It was like 15 girls, 2 boyfriends thrown in the mix,
Let's
and then me,
go.
who was just like a degenerate. I was the degenerate of the group by far. I showed up to dinner shit-faced. Like, it was like a nice dinner, and I had like a fucking suit and tie.
Wait, you were posting this on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think you were fucked
I
up.
was
You showed up
shit-faced.
late and
yeah,
shit.
oh yeah. I fell asleep and nobody woke me up. And now it kind of makes sense. They probably like, he's drunk. He probably shouldn't come. It was a nice dinner. I was wearing a suit. It was a Givenchy. Is that how you pronounce it?
Givenchy.
Givenchy. I have a nice suit that I just rock like when I need to wear a suit. And somebody was like, the girl was like, "Yes, bring something nice." I'm like, "How nice?" She's like wear a tie. I'm like, "Oh, this is fucking nice
You
dinner."
show up in like jean shorts and like
I
just a
wanted
tie.
to. I wanted to.
Brian's taking shooters before he walks in.
all those girls who are like beautiful girls, like probably like let's call them like 30, roughly 30 years old. They love dudes who are like gray hair, like accomplished
Silver foxes.
Silver foxes. That
Their
are accomplished.
fathers
Love
had
'em.
just died.
Yeah. They need a daddy.
They're trying to get it back.
They love it. And then there I am, just being a fucking degenerate. I'm like, "Oh, I can bang one of you." But not down. None of them. I didn't get laid that weekend. Spoiler alert, didn't get laid. I didn't expect to get laid. I like hitting on girls more than getting laid sometimes, though. It's more fun.
I see that from
100%.
you.
It's sometimes more fun.
I see that from you.
So I was saying I don't like staying out late. It's not worth it. Hooking up's not worth it because it's like, what time is it gonna be when I get to go to bed?
Yeah, true. Very true. Because like if it's late and it's like a slow burn and then it's like all of a sudden like you're finally like getting into like a situation at like 2 a.m., then you're not home unless you sleep in the bed, which I do not like doing with random
Unless you
girls.
fuck in the back of some stingy bar on Milk Street.
Coogan.
Cougars. Not worth it though. I like wheeling them's better. It's like it's a charming thing. Girls love getting hit on, and guys love hitting on girls.
Yeah.
And if you bang a girl and don't call her, she'll get pissed. So why not just do the stuff that makes everyone happy? Hit on them, make them feel beautiful because they are.
Yeah.
That's some self-help right there.
It's true.
You
I
should-
believe in that.
You should have a TV. You should have a TV show where you give dating advice.
I can't. Oh, I got friends who call me up who are all fucked up, and they'll call me up asking, they're like, dude, like, what do you think about this? Like, she's doing this, and now she's looking at my story from like a private account. I'm like, buddy, do what makes you happy and block her ass because it ain't worth it. Like, stress is not worth it. Stress is never worth it.
No.
It never is worth it. Like, if you're in a relationship that sucks, you know it when it sucks. Like, it is never, you shouldn't have to really work for a relationship. You should just be able to do what the fuck you want to do. And if that relationship is working while you're doing what you want to do, it's great. And if you're bending over backwards and if you feel stressed out, then it's not worth it. And we're only here for a short amount of time. Like, you should never be stressed out during a day. I mean, there's gotta be stressful moments, but you should be happy at all times.
The person should add to your happiness.
True.
Not like take it away or inflict their own shit onto yours.
Yeah, and
you know?
and they'll have things that they like to do, and then like you'll be into it, and then it'll be fun, and then you'll want to spend the time.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than the dude that like is like the homie, and then like he just disappears, and you don't see him for months. He's dating a girl, and then he comes back, and he's like, "Oh, that relationship was fucked up." It's like
I was that once, and my friends called me out on it, and I was like, "Yeah,
My bad.
we've been there. I've been there. We've all
Everybody's
been
been
there.
there.
yeah, 100%."
Yeah, everybody. You kind of have to be there to get it. You don't want to be there at like. You don't want to be there at an age where like marriage is an opportunity because then you end up just.
You seem like someone who's just kind of like you don't like you're just like free.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I
Now,
feel
as of late, I'd say.
as of late.
Yeah, and
You were
this
telling me
year.
about the fucking
like-
RV but motorhome buddies.
Yeah, motor homies,
I know.
dude. We didn't
Motor-
even get to that yet.
motor
but, like,
homies.
I love
feel
how that
like-
is a topic. That is like
I
the
feel
randomest
like
thing.
I feel like you've always kind of been like that. If you feel like maybe recently it's more, but that I've always got that impression from you that you're just yourself all the time.
That's beautiful. Can you write that on my LinkedIn, please?
Have you ever
Yeah.
pulled a chick off LinkedIn?
No, haven't done it. That's strictly for professionals.
It seems like you're not a professional.
I stick with the automated. Congratulations on your new role. On LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I do a lot of that. I do a lot of. I don't wheel girls on LinkedIn. That's the platform unless it calls for it.
You, I think, got a good like set of guests together for your dating show.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
were talking about that last night.
I was
Yeah.
very blessed. I'm not gonna say lucky, but I was very blessed.
Do you want to plug it just so people?
Yeah, everybody go check out Don't Want to Die Alone. It's on my YouTube channel. Just go check out Ani Moush. But if you search Don't Want to Die Alone, or if you go to my Instagram, you can also check that out there. And these two are on it, along with like 3 other contestants and Jamie Lee Simmons, who was our bachelorette. So-
And her manager.
and her manager was on for 1.5 episodes.
I don't think she was a big fan of me. The manager.
Diana.
Yeah, I think I was the only one who didn't try to kiss her ass.
Didn't matter because you won.
I
so.
did, but I didn't try to kiss her ass. I didn't like follow her on Instagram. I didn't even try because I didn't meet her.
But
Like
also
she
that's
would be
the
like kind of
move.
like half in the thing. Like she'd be like leaning in, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. A lot of
Not
people were
playing
going-
games.
At least one person was going for it with her. And
Mike Harrington. We can
Mike
say this.
No snitching. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
I
Mike
don't
Harrington's
snitch on-
very open about
he was
this.
but that was his whole thing, and that was
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Like that bit that like he like just kept it going, and it was great. But I just felt like, you know, like on that one specifically, like I was actually I think Jamie's cool. Like I haven't met her in person yet, but like I talked to her on the phone like after one of the episodes, like probably a good half hour on the phone, and she's cool. Like I really like her. She's like she should dump him out for the boys. But she's cool. Like she's actually really cool.
Dump them out
She
for
should,
the bull.
she should dump them out for the boys, not for everybody, but just for the boys. Just for those are the ones that have put the time and the work and the appreciation in. Just want to see them. Just want to see them.
For a small fee, a monthly fee, you could.
Yeah, that monthly fee fluctuates, though. I noticed.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's $1 a month, and it's like, oh, it's $100 a month, and I auto paid it. Oh shit! OnlyFans. I'm gonna start an OnlyFans.
Or
I got a great idea for an OnlyFans thing. Actually, you may have seen I did it on the show. I did it. I
is
did it on
Brian
Don't
trying
Alone.
to suck his own dick?
No,
Can
it's
only
called.
hope.
So are you? we were talking about fucked up videos last night.
Copyright,
so
copyright.
I know you guys have seen this, but 2 girls, 1 cup. We've all at least know about it.
Sure.
So my idea for an OnlyFans account for me, it would be me, and I would get a bunch of gay dudes, hopefully a bunch, but it would be gay dudes that would watch this. 2 beers, 1 shower, and it would just be me with 2 beers. I would get sponsors from the beers. Craft breweries would probably
Comment below.
pay. 2 beers, 1 shower. Any craft breweries out there, you know, Anheuser-Busch, Coors, any of those smaller breweries like that, hit me up. I'll do it. I'll put a Coors Light in the ring.
If you want to see that show happen, comment and like this episode.
So you talked about gay men, and then you talked about that, and then you said a cold one in the ring. So I feel like you're shoving these bottles up your ass.
No, it's not up the ass.
Oh, okay.
It's literally just
I was
me.
like, when's the OnlyFans coming in?
It's me in the shower with a beanie on.
Hey, will you sponsor me shoving your beer up my ass?
It's me in it's tasteful. There's no dick either. Like you could pay more for dick. So there's gonna be a pinned comment that says like DM for behind the scenes or something like that. And then it's a dick pic. That's just a dick pic. Like whatever. But
dick pic for the girls.
Dick pic,
for the girls who put the work in.
We'll put a bow on it.
For the boys.
For whoever put the money in. Like whoever puts the money in.
The boys.
We'll tattoo Slipknot on your dick.
That's still. I can't even talk about that. If the Slipknot tattoo guys watch this, you know what story I was about to say, and I hesitated.
No
because
snitching.
no stitching. There's a fucked up story.
Wait, you need to tell it.
Offline. I'll just tell it. Like, so there's I'm not saying his name, so I don't care. But I'm saying there's a Slipknot tattoo on his forearm. So anybody, this might be.
It could be anyone. It could be anyone. It could be anyone.
Doesn't matter. It's actually all right.
There's a lot of fans of Slipknot out there.
True. All right. So Slipknot tattoo guy, we'll call him. He before Tinder, before Hinge, before Bumble, there was this thing called plentyoffish.com. Have you guys heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
All right, so it was like the early dating one that was like raunchy. So like there was like eHarmony and shit, but the Plenty of Fish was like the first like raunchy one, and he was keen to it. And this is when I was like boys with this kid, and he's just like showing me this app. I never signed up for it. My other friend, who's also a shithead, signed up for it, and he ended up banging some like sus girl. He got chlamydia randomly. Sorry, but anyhow, so yeah, he got chlamydia off Plenty of Fish.
Every time Brian snitches on someone,
No,
drink.
no, I didn't. Did I snitch? Is that snitching?
No, I'm just saying.
Sorry, I didn't say the name, so I didn't snitch. So anyhow, let's stick to the fucking Slipknot kid. He met up with a girl in Fitchburg.
That's where I live.
Omens.
Yeah, so Fitchburg. I was like, do I say it? Like, I didn't know if that would in Fitchburg.
Real trashy place, Fitch. Hey, look, I'm on Bow Street.
He met her in Fitchburg. He took the purple line to Fitchburg, I believe, and he went there and just like fucked her for 3 days in her like apartment.
She took the purple line in Fitchburg.
But he banged this girl, and then he texted the group chat like because he was saying he's like, yo, I'm just gonna like go there and fucking bang, and like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like he's like one of those guys. He goes there, and then we get a group chat from the kid, and we're like, one of our friends messaged. He was like, hey, Slipknot tattoo kid, like how's your weekend? Like how was it? And he responded, he's like, yeah, dude, I'm still here actually. LOL, I've been here for 2 days. Like I've been just like sleeping in the bed, fucking on, like getting free food. Like it's not bad. Douchiest thing you could say. It was like something about free food, something about fucking, and like something about like mooching. And I was like, what a douchebag. I just like read it, didn't respond. I'm like, fuck it. So then what happened was she was in the shower when he sent that. He ended up getting she got out of the shower, he showered, and like that was like the day he was leaving. She went through his phone, saw that douchey text, and she started getting like crazy on him, like started throwing shit, like random girl, random girl. It's rude on his part.
It's a Fitchburg chick, yeah.
I guess so, and that was just like rude of him. But she ended up, this was brutal. So this is before like Instagram was big. She ended up taking a dick pic that he sent to her, and he has a Slipknot tattoo right there, and he was holding his dick with his Slipknot tattoo in the photo. Sorry if this is too much, but you guys can cut this out if it's too much.
Go for it.
He was holding his dick pic, Slipknot tattoo was in the photo, or was like next to it or something. And the only reason I know this is because she sent the photo to every single one of his Facebook friends, family, aunts, uncles, friends, high school kids you haven't talked to in fucking 10 years. Sent it to everybody. This girl sent it to everyone, and the caption was like, Slipknot tattoo kid, aka his name, wants you to see this. So think of a random kid you went to high school with, and you get a message like, blank, blank, wants you to see this. And you're like, what? Click it, and it's just that. And with the iconic tattoo that
That's
everybody
crazy.
knew about. wild. It was wild. So everybody got it. His mom got the fucking message.
Did he have a dick to be proud of?
I would say yes. I'll give him that.
All right,
I'll
it's
give him
not
that.
so bad. He
It's
probably
not so
he
bad.
probably got some whores out of it. He probably got some more Fitchburg chicks out of that equation.
He probably did. But he also, it was like,
No, that is
legit.
horrible.
Someone was
That is-
probably
This
like,
girl must have
"Thanks."
taken time to do this, though. She probably took fucking hours. Like, how many friends are you?
She doesn't have custody of her kid. She has time on her
Bro,
hands.
his mom got the message. Like, we all got the message, dude. Everybody got the message. Everybody who went to high school to your friend. Every one of his fucking Facebook
That's
friends.
crazy.
Imagine
I'm
like
so
an
sorry
old
for telling that
teacher.
story. I hope you don't see this, but I kind of hope you do, because it's a fucking crazy story, and you know it.
It's funny.
Hey, email us if that is you. I'm not gonna
Send the
email
photo.
us at send
We'll
us
put
the
it up
photo
on screen.
sambuckcomedy@gmail.com.
This is gonna be fucked if you see
Send
this.
us the email and we'll read your email live on air
Oh my God.
or have you on. You can zoom in.
Sure.
Did you get the picture?
No.
You probably weren't friends with him on
I
Facebook.
wasn't
I
friends
got the
with him.
fucking photo. I didn't open it because I knew. But my friend,
And
actually,
you were like, I'm too busy
I didn't
shoving
open it
beer
'cause I
bottles
know
up my
people.
ass.
this is years ago, but we just knew. And also, he sent a follow-up message to.
He sent the picture to his boys. Be like, what do you think of this?
No. The only reason I even saw the photo is because one of our super sus friends, who like, he's great, he's a good dude. He actually was married recently, but I wasn't at the wedding, so fuck him. So now he's getting thrown out of the
Oh,
bus.
shit. I know who you're talking about.
COVID wedding, whatever. Fucking, what can you do?
Oh, they're getting divorced.
Oh,
I'm joking.
he opened it. He opened it. We all knew that this shit happened. We got a message from the Slipknot tattoo guy, and it was just like, "Hey, do not
That's
open
'cause
this
he's a
message."
touch gay. It's fine.
And then this kid gets it, fucking opens it, and he's just like, "Dude, you see this?" And I saw it. I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
Literally, I saw it. I was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Jesus."
Jesus,
That was
Peace
sent
on
to,
him.
that was sent to a lot of fucking people.
it's a piece of.
It sucks. That's like a nightmare, though. That's like a legit nightmare. In my opinion, it's just embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah.
That sucks.
can't-
I knew a kid who posted it on his Snapchat story by accident.
a dick pic.
A dick pic, yeah.
Oh.
How do you explain that? Well,
It's pretty easy. Early Snapchat days, the buttons were close to each
how
other.
long?
True.
How long was it there for?
Like an hour, I think.
Oh, that had at least 100 views.
Yeah,
That's
True.
brutal. That's just embarrassing.
that is. So motor homies.
Let's talk. I mean, what do you?
Let's talk about it. Ani, do you
I
wanna?
just always thought it was a really
You were.
cool project.
Ani was like,
I
I was
love
hyping
"There's
it up.
one thing you need to talk about." I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. And it's motor homies.
It wasn't one thing. I give you a list.
I was like, Brian is a useless piece of shit, except for this one thing he did in his life
I don't even think that's
called
like a big
motor
one.
homies.
I have been a fan of Brian's work for quite some time. Okay, he puts together cool shit. So like, check his stuff out. And Motor Homies, you can explain it, but Motor Homies, I thought was cool because it was basically a whole compilation of you driving across country. For what that was at the first time you did, because you've
Yep.
done this several times now.
So
we were
like,
talking about it a little bit.
yeah, I think we talked a little last night, but pretty much what Motor Homies is, my cousin and his friend were gonna go into business together. It was 2014. It was 2014. I told you 2013, and I ended up thinking of it this morning. I'm like, it was
Get the
14.
fuck out!
Fact
Don't
checked it. It was
don't
2000
lie to me. Get the fuck out of here.
So 2014, they hit me up because they were going into business together. This was before like the cannabis industry really like hit hard in Massachusetts, and they were like, we got to get ahead of this. And they had a really good idea to make like a New York City style bodega weed shop that sold like everything, just a weed shop, like
Yeah.
a classic weed shop. Walk right in, like LA style, like you show an ID like a liquor store. Very chill, and they had like a layout, blueprints, everything. Like it was very legit, and they had a great idea for it too. And they were going to research the industry, and that's when I got involved. So they're like, we want to film a documentary about like the birth of the company in case like it works out, like in the case it works out. So we want you to come along on this road trip. I'm like, all right, what are the details? So this kid, Dylan, he bought an RV, just like fully bought an RV.
How much can you buy an RV for?
I think he bought it for, it was cheap. It was less than 10 grand, for sure, less than 10 grand. It was sick. It had like 30,000 miles on it, which is nothing for an
That's not
RV.
bad.
It was like a 1999 Dutchman. It was like a nice classic RV, the most classic RV, honestly. 3 of us living in the fucking thing. I was in like the bed that's like on top of this like the steering wheel area. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool. And we pretty much just hopped in, and I just like filmed it like a documentary, and We went across the country, stopped at a bunch of weed expos, Cannabis Cup, Kush Expo, Chalice Cup. We went to a bunch of weed expos. First thing we did when I got to the Cannabis Cup was I went in and I got my like weed card, which I was like stressing about. I was like, what do I have to do? Do I have to like lie and shit? And then as soon as we got there, I'm like, oh, it is like beyond chill. Like you just go in there and they're like, what do you need this for? They're wearing like green jumpsuits and such bullshit. This was 2014, so like it was different back then. It wasn't like as chill. And they gave me my for $20, they gave me like my certificate, and that lasted a year. And it allowed me entrance into the Cannabis Cup. And as soon as we walked in, I just saw signs for days that said free dabs. And I had no idea what a dab was. I had never done a dab. And my cousin, who had done many dabs, super thick accent, I was like, what is this free dab shit? And he's like, dude, it's like a bong rip. I'm like, same thing as a bong rip. I'm like, all right. So I go into a couple free dabs, like maybe, Jesus, like this is a while ago. I probably did like 8 or 9 dabs like throughout like that hour.
Yeah.
We were walking around, I'm filming, I'm like getting in the zone, and I'm just like not interviewing anyone. I was getting a lot of B-roll, and then I was gonna interview like vendors later. And I was just on a like good stone, because dab stone is different than like blood stone. Like it's very clear. Like so I was like very in it. Like it's like Adderall mixed with weed kind of in a weird way. Like I love dabs. They're great. And I don't really smoke that much weed, but dabs, like I could really like stay in the zone and be like super high, but like still like speak and like be confident with what I'm saying. And it's great. So I did a bunch of dabs. I'm like not even really feeling much, but I'm like just really into it, filming shit, like getting all this crazy footage. Like there was a guy smoking a big ass joint, like the one I saw on your Instagram story. Like I remember I have a cool slow-mo shot of him just like lighting this massive joint. And I just interviewed a bunch of vendors, and then we left, and I was just like, what? As soon as we left that place, I was like, what the fuck? And felt like a car just hit me. I'm like, holy shit. And then the next 4 days, we were going to like all these expos, free dabs. Like, all right, maybe I do 1 or 2 dabs.
Yeah. One of the first times I ever smoked, a kid gave me a dab, and it was like, yeah, it's just like a bong rip, bro. Like, okay. And I remember I ate 40 meatballs.
40 on the dot?
On the dot, because I went to the dining hall in my school and I got 40 meatballs. I ate every single one of them.
That's huge.
Oh my God.
It's funny when like people that like also don't know what the fuck is up try to explain shit to you. Like we were talking the other day about like salvia for one. Somebody they successfully got me to do salvia when I was like probably 16. Like I was like, smoking weed, like not like hard.
Because I've never done it, so I don't know what it's like.
Would not recommend. This kid who I worked with, who was like another 16-year-old kid, asked me like, oh, you ever like smoked like synthetic weed? And I'm like, no. And he's like, it's K2. Like you don't want to do it though. It's not that good. I'm like, all right. He's like, but the salvia, you get it at any smoke shop. I'm like, all right, what's that? He's like, oh, it's great, dude. It's like a little more intense than weed, but like it's the same fucking thing. It's the same shit. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. So after work, this kid I don't even know. I don't even remember his name. Like I was trying to think of his name last night too. I don't even remember this fucking dude's name.
Salvia.
Salvia. Let's go with that. So Sal fucking brings me to his place in Brookline, his mom's house. We go into his room, and like he had the salvia. It was like super sticky salvia. It was like in a bag, like how you would get weed, like one of these, and like. And I'm like, all right, like seems legit, like it's packaged, like it's legit packaging, and like I wasn't thinking much about it because I was just like so like new to all this shit, and I remember he was just like packing a bong, and like he was like doing it for me first. He's like, all right, so pretty much what you want to do is just like light the thing, take a rip, and hold it in till your vision shakes. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, all right, so like those directions are kind of fucked, honestly. So I do it. Can I hit it like that? And my vision started to shake, and I exhaled, and I just like went to the gates of hell, and I like woke up. I literally, I woke up crying.
Yeah, that's something that seems like I shouldn't do that.
No, don't do it. It made me not do drugs. It made me like not like dip in with like acid. And,
that's probably good. He's like, I'm gonna help this kid.
Let's set this kid straight. It like really made me hesitate with a lot of drugs because that like really.
You just like
me.
come out of it and he just has a pamphlet about Jesus. And he just hands it to you.
No, I came out of it and then like I was literally like holding back tears because it was so it was like just fucked. And then he was like, all right, my turn. I'm like, bro, I gotta go. He's like, why? And I made up some lie. And I got out the door. I literally was like crying, walking down the street, got on the 57 bus and fucking went home to my parents' house and didn't leave the house for like 3 days. Like, what the fuck? Like, I can't.
Damn.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Yeah.
And then they say DMT is salvia's friendly brother. Like, that's what a lot of people have said. DMT is salvia's friendly brother. So there's probably similarities with it. Who knows? It was fucked.
That
I'm
is
getting
fun.
flashbacks. I have to leave, bro. I'm getting flashbacks. I'm gonna start crying.
You're gonna take the 57th bus all the way home to your
I
parents'
know.
The
house.
57 from Kenmore to Watertown.
That whole tangent that we just went off of started because I said that you had a good group of people on.
Oh,
Hot take.
We
I
did.
don't want to die alone.
we did.
Can I have one of those things since my 40's empty?
Oh yeah, could I have one? Could I have a watermelon?
Can I have a lemon?
Yeah.
A water lemon?
Water lemon. We have been going for an hour and a half. Do you want to do plugs?
Oh yeah, we should do plugs.
Butt plugs?
Butt plugs.
Yeah, after we get off, we're all doing butt plugs. Irish, hop up on the bed. Yeah, I guess that's the end of the episode.
Whatever you want to do.
Do you plug your shit first?
Oh, me first? Oh, okay. Well, first of all, check out Don't Want to Die Alone. It's on YouTube. Check out these guys on the show. They did great. They're absolutely hilarious. It's 5 episodes, and they're all pretty short. I'm hoping to do a second season.
You get to see him freestyle.
You get to see all of them.
You get to
do
see.
freestyles.
I can't believe I got kicked off because I scat.
Bro, you dropped the ball. I'm gonna say it right now, like right on the air. Like I had heard from Ani that you dabble with freestyle rap.
Well, no,
No,
he
no,
likes
no,
rap.
no.
I
I
was
don't
told
like.
that.
I said that he likes
You
rap.
fucking liar over here.
I did not say that he dabbled.
No,
The
no,
word was
I
dabble.
like rap.
you
I
like
love
rap.
rap music and I respect it too much to freestyle.
Yeah.
Because
I saw
like
the Danny Brown thing in the background. I'm like, this guy's gonna win this challenge. Let's just put it that way. Every episode, this guy was sitting in front of a Danny Brown album.
and a Freddie Gibbs album.
Yeah.
Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, but I didn't want to freestyle, so I did a scat, and that got me kicked off
It
the
didn't
show.
resonate. It just
You-
didn't resonate.
You did a
But then
redemption.
I did a redemption freestyle.
pretty good.
If you came in with that one, I'm gonna say it right now. If you came in with the second one that you did, like the redemption, as your original one, it would have been me and you safe, and it would have been Chester versus Mike Harrington, and Chester would have got the boot in that episode.
Yeah, that's probably what.
And then it would have been
happened.
me, you, and Mike
I'm
Harrington.
very jealous of all you got for winning.
I want every challenge. I want every challenge right now.
He did good.
You did get a couple T-shirts,
I did.
but you also got
and
Caspered.
magnets and
I did.
all kinds
You
of
got
get
friendly
ghosted.
ghosted.
I know.
No, actually, it's
I'm
funny.
just
I
kidding.
lifted up my phone like right after. She's cool.
Yeah.
She's not gonna listen to this.
But yeah, go check that out. It's on YouTube. We also have a Patreon for it, but hopefully I'll be doing a second season in the new year. And then also go check out my Instagram and Twitter at Ani_Moush. I was also on the SDR show recently, Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll, with Ralph Sutton and Big J. Okerson. So definitely go check that out. It's on YouTube now. It's also on Gas Digital Network. And yeah, that's all my plugs.
Wow. I'm not ready for that. I didn't have anything prepared like that.
Plug your shit.
Yeah.
You also buy_Moush.
That's what I said.
Oh.
Well, you're right. Go to buy_Moush to look at.
She has
all
more
my,
to plug.
All my artwork and all the new things that I'm creating, like candles and home decor and stuff.
I don't follow that page, and I'm gonna follow it.
I feel like you do.
That's
I
such,
don't-
that's such
I
a
didn't
great
know you do that.
recommendation.
Oh, shit.
Like I don't follow that page.
I don't follow,
Yeah.
but I didn't know it existed.
Go to buy_Moush. It's on Facebook and it's on Instagram. I'm slowly moving off Etsy. So there's stuff
Fuck
on there
Etsy.
right now. There's like less than 20 products I would love to sell out before the end of the year so that I can completely move off Etsy. And then I will be launching my website. That's my own website in the new year as well.
If she sells out of all of her product, and you plug this episode, I'll drink a full bottle of Jägermeister live on Instagram. I probably won't do
Oh,
that.
shit.
A full nip. A full
A
bottle.
full nip.
Of that thing. A full nip. A full bottle.
Will you dedicate a 2 beers, 1 shower episode
Yes.
to me?
I'd love to. That hasn't made it past the pilot segment yet.
Brian will do some wild shit if you guys all buy. There's not even that much left on there.
Brian's
Go
gonna
buy it.
boof if you.
I'll just throw up. I'll just throw up on live.
Yeah, we'll do something on Twitch.
Yeah, no, we'll keep the dream alive.
Yeah.
It's all about just keeping the dream alive.
Keeping the
Exactly.
dream alive.
Yeah, keep the dream alive.
Don't let that dream die.
Don't let the dream die. Keep it alive. Keep the dream alive.
That's your plug.
yeah. My plug is # keep the dream alive. I don't even know.
And
if
not
that's
finna.
No, I definitely. So not finna is the one to follow.
Hey, where's the
We
stickers?
didn't
Let's hang
even
them
talk
up.
about not finna.
Oh wait,
just do
can
a
we
quick-
talk about not
really
finna?
quick not
wait,
finna?
this is we're making this clip worthy.
Yes.
So pretend, hey, everyone listening, pretend like we didn't just go halfway through plugs. So you have these stickers called Not Finna that you put everywhere. Like, What is that about? Like,
Okay, so the story behind Not Finna, right there. These are the new blue ones. Oh, thank you, huge.
The original.
There's the original black ones, Not Finna. So I started this in, who knows, a couple of years ago when I was living in Boston
least
during
5 or
college.
6 years ago.
And my good friend Colin Henderson, he was just using the word finna for like a full week. Like he unofficially lived at our house. We had like a 4-bedroom house and like 7 people lived there. Like we had frequent house guests sleeping on the couch. So Colin was saying like finna, all this finna, like, oh, I'm finna go to Bagel Rising, dude. Let's get some food. Like, oh, dude, like we finna drink tonight. Like, oh, dude, like I'm finna rolling up. Finna was just the word. So like it caught on in the house. And then there was one guy in the house, Frankie, who just like, I could just tell he was like irked by the whole fucking finna thing. So Frankie was just like, oh, like finna. Like, I could just tell him that he's getting annoying shit. So like 3 days into like this finna movement of the week, we were drunk and Frankie was just like, Jesus, like enough with the finna. And we're like, oh, like, you don't like it? You don't bag it?
Frankie's not finna.
And then Frankie goes, no, I don't like it. And he was like annoyed, but like having a good time.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
He's like, no, I don't like it. I'm not finna. I'm not finna hear this anymore. And then my buddy Julian, who's just on it with like shit like this, just made this graphic, this one you see here today, the black rectangle. And he has sent it to the group chat, and we just made stickers. Julian was like, I want to make this a sticker. We printed 1,000 of them. We stuck them around. We bring them to the bar, give them out. It kind of caught on in Alston, and it just turned into like a sticker tag thing. And then like everyone who like originally was into it eventually got over it. And then I just kind of picked it up, and now I get a good relationship with the people who print these. And I probably have ordered roughly, I'm going to be like honest here, like probably like 30,000 of these stickers have like been delivered to my house.
I believe that.
Yeah, like,
30,000.
at least. I'd say more. It's probably more, like honestly, but like at least 30,000. I have all different colors, sizes, like all this shit. But pretty much what I do now with it is like, I don't just tag them randomly. I'll like actually make like miniature like installations out of them. So like we'll cover something. So like I'll go like late at night. I'll probably do it tonight because like I haven't done much in New York yet with Not Finna. And I'll like cover something, and like eventually it'll get taken down or tagged over. But like
It's cool for the time being.
yeah, exactly. Because like a lot of these sticker taggers, like they'll just like put like 2 or 3 up. But like what I like to do is I have so many of these fucking things that like I brought, like, put it this way, like I came to New York, I brought like 2,000 stickers.
Shit, I'll help you put
He
some
mailed
out.
me
I'd
a
love to.
bunch. Like I'm trying to put all of these guys up.
Yeah, there's some more colors right there.
Yeah.
Red, green, Celtics.
I love the red ones and the green ones. The greens remind me of Boston, but
Celtics
red
or
ones.
Jets. If you're a Jets fan, which nobody is, like go Jets. Here you go. Like,
Not
I'll send you
finna.
one. Send you a box of Jet stickers.
follow
Yeah,
not finna.
I just stick them around. Follow Not Finna or Wicked Fast is my personal one, but like I'd say Not Finna is the cooler one.
Yeah, and Wicked Fast.
Wicked Fast.
You're going to be boofing beers.
That's where I boof the beers.
Yeah.
No, I'm Not Finna, and like a lot of people like that I work with.
If you want to see Brian's asshole, go follow Not Fin on Instagram.
Not Finna is strictly the stickers. So pretty much Not Finna, you won't see me on Not Finna. I don't put myself on.
You won't see him, but you will see his butthole.
Yeah.
On Wicked Fast, you'll see the butthole.
Yeah.
Wicked Fast pictures of butthole.
Yeah, Wicked Fast is the lifestyle shit. Not Finna is like I don't even want people to know it's me. Like I mean, I don't mind if people know.
You're like
it's
the
me.
Basquiat.
I guess so. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'll take it.
I mean, not Basquiat. Who's the dude who's unknown?
Oh,
Banksy.
Banksy. Yeah,
We
exit
saw
through the gift
Basquiat
shop.
today.
You did.
I don't know about art.
So Wicked Fast and not
Wicked
finna. Go
Fast.
follow that
Wicked
shit.
Fast for the drinking and the bullshit.
For the boys.
And then for the boys. Wicked Fast for the boys.
If
and
you wanna, what was the term that you said about taking your titties out? What was the term?
Dump 'em out.
Dump them out for the boy. If you want to dump them out for the boys, send it to Wicked Fast on
Yup.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Also, if you're really dumping them out for the boys, send it to @SamCBuck.
Beautiful.
No, @SamCBuck, @Bucked Up Podcast, where new episodes every Thursday. Fucking subscribe. I'm at 69 subscribers right now.
Don't no more subscribers. Keep it there.
So
Hey,
Lock
don't hey, you hear a lot of podcasts where they're like, please subscribe.
That's a t-shirt.
Don't subscribe to this podcast. I want to keep it at 69. I never want to monetize it.
I think a good hoodie, like a nice, honest,
Yes.
like champion, like hoodie, Bucked Up Podcast, and then like the YouTube subscribe like logo.
It says-
69, and that's
I also
great.
think it should just say don't subscribe.
Yes.
and then
yes.
parentheses under
Not
yeah.
finna subscribe.
Not
Yeah.
finna subscribe.
Not finna
69. I
subscribe.
mean,
We should have bumper stickers that say not finna buck up.
Ooh.
Oh, a collab? Maybe.
I love that.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm in.
He's
I'm
like,
in.
the interview didn't go well. We're not collabing.
I'm in for any collab, but it has to be like
I'm not in after how you just pronounced collab.
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 Yeah, a little collab. Yeah,
Collab, dude.
I'm from fucking East London. I say collab. I don't even know if that's how they would say it. No, I with not finna. Like, I think one of my friends was saying, like, oh, dude, like, you should try to, like, do this and, like, try that. But, like, I only like printing the shit on, if it's printed on anything other than a sticker, I like it being on, like, slightly, not bootleg, but, like, if it's, like, apparel, like, I want it to be, like, the best, like, 100% cotton hoodies or something like that. But, like, I like printing it on, like, shitty lighters. So, like instead of Bic lighters, like, the Jeep lighters. You know those ones?
The Jeeps are not shit lighters.
But they're not shit, but they're, like, the alternative.
That is Clipper.
Those
are good
ones. You fucked yourself with those.
I did. I think so.
You done bucked up.
I done bucked
You're
up.
bucked up.
That was pretty bad, but you know, it'd be like that sometimes.
Well, thank you so much for being on. This has been a real, I feel like whoever's listening, whoever stuck through this, learned a lot
Yeah.
and is going to better themselves after
Yeah.
this episode.
I'd say so. There was a very positive thing I said. I can't remember what it was, but you called it out. And
Dump them out for the boys.
that wasn't it. There was one thing that was like super fucking spot on. But there was a lot of things learned. Dump them out for the boys.
Dump them out for the boys.
Slipknot tattoo guy.
If you learned anything about this podcast, take pictures of your dick and take picture of your tits.
Yeah. And
Dump them
send
out for the
to
boys
us.
or girls.
Wise words.
Wise words. Thank you, everyone.
Why are we arguing about Mike's fucking warmer asshole?
It's because you guys are best friends now.
Alright, this has been the Bucked Up Podcast. I'm glad you're watching. I've never shotgunned a seltzer until the beginning of this podcast. So
Here we are.
Thank you for the podcast and thank you. Wait, there's a bus.
No, it's fine. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Bucked Up Podcast. You can find it
Is he looking at us like, are we trying to get
on
on?
Apple. You can find it on YouTube.
He's
you can find
just
it on
at a red light.
Spotify. Like, subscribe. We got 69 subscribers though, so don't.
Yeah, don't subscribe
Don't-
because we got to make a
don't
shirt out of that.
subscribe. Not finna subscribe.
Not
to
finna
the
subscribe.
Bucked Up Podcast.
We're the Bucked Up Boys Club right now. So we're gonna do some bucked up fucking tooth gun. Ready? Get this.
For the boys.
That was empty. I swear that was empty. Mine was empty.
That was the Bucked Up Podcast. Welcome to the Boys Club.
Mine was empty. I swear. Don't even need to check it. That was something else. Mine was empty for sure. What just happened?